Welcome to Franchise Addicts, the podcast that covers every film in a given franchise. My name is Luke.
My name is Chris.
I'm Peter, and fellows, this is the last time you're going to hear from me. I must tell you, when I was in the northwoods of Minnesota in the middle of the night, there were wolves surrounding me, howling, telling me to seek the headwaters of the Mississippi River, where I swam in it when it was but 3 feet wide, in an infinite stream of consciousness that told me the Predator franchise would come to this. To become a PG-13 movie, Disnified, appropriate for 7-year-old boys to watch YouTube shorts. So now let's talk about it now for the last time, boys. Let's do it.
Hope I see you again, Jesse.
Who would have thought? Look at us. Who would have thought we'd be doing all this Jesse Ventura crap when we got Arnold laying it off, in the beginning? Man,
Jesse Ventura is, I think, slightly funnier, and
he's funnier to do.
yeah,
He's way funnier to do, and you can formulate more expansive story behind the character. Speaking
got
of
more weird
expansive
stuff to
story,
say.
we are covering the final movie in the Predator franchise, or at least the last one to be released. There might be more. Predator Badlands.
Thank God I'm getting a little done with this, boys. I don't know about you. Happy to be
well,
here.
this one was special. So it's the final chapter so far. It's a nice little Disneyfication of
Well,
a franchise that was not that, right?
all it took me was a little bit of digging, and I found why I don't like this movie as much as I potentially could. And that is because one James Cameron signed off on this. Dan Trachtenberg went to
no.
James Cameron to talk about turning the villain into the hero, as James Cameron did in Terminator.
I love that.
And James Cameron saw an early cut of the film and was like, Dan did it. Signed off and was like, you got this, buddy. And they also used the same VFX team as has worked on the Avatar movies, which are complete garbage, in my
Couldn't
opinion.
tell that there was really good special effects, I guess. I'm surprised that, James would just be like, more underwater stuff, Dan. You need to get underwater. I need
Gotta
to
get
see the
underwater.
love. I want to see the love through water, and it needs to be much longer, Dan.
It is a lot of nature. There's a lot of nature going on in this.
The cinematic shots definitely, now that you say that, definitely remind me of an Avatar type world with, interesting craggy rocks
Yeah.
sticking out in the distance for no reason. Just to
It
be
is.
cool.
So there is a decent amount of practical stuff. Like, it is kind of masked over with, VFX work and all that sort. But they did shoot in New Zealand on, so a lot of like the lava, or not lava pits, but like the bubbling swamps and all that sort of stuff are on location. There are black sand beaches in that area.
The
So
dead
it did,
marshes, Mordor, no big
yeah,
deal.
exactly. Yep.
Whatever.
So
I think
For-
people have heard of the Black Sands.
for the scenery itself, like, there is a decent amount that is practical. So this
Feel like
isn't just CGI slop, unless you're counting all of the stuff that happens on the planet of the Predator,
Yeah, I feel like
which
the
looks like
realis-
it was shot in front of the biggest green screen of all time. They're like, well, that'll work.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
That first fight scene, it reminded me of just like the CGI slop of the final fight scene of Black Panther. And there are some great things about the movie Black Panther, but like just the final fight of like 2 CGI dudes jumping around was
Yeah.
not good. And that's exactly what I thought of. But this first fight scene is just slop.
Before we get into our full thoughts on the film, so this did come out in 2025. It came out very rapidly after Killer of Killers and Prey, and it made $183 million. Now, that
Wow.
was on a $105 million budget. Then if you add marketing into that, it's technically a mild success, but it is the biggest box office for a Predator movie. So successful, very successful.
Yeah, no,
One of the reasons why it was that successful, especially in theaters, is because it was rated PG-13.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, they were able to pull this off because it is all alien blood. There is no human red blood in the film, so they don't have to slap the R rating on for all of that.
And
So
white synth blood.
white synth blood. So they were able to make it gory, basically as gory as they want to, as long as they don't show real blood.
Yeah, I guess
Pretty
that's
gory though. Dude gets his arm and head chopped off early in
They're
the movie.
exploding like many things over and over again, and yeah, lots of cut off limbs and stuff like that.
They did remember they have to be kind of violent. They got that note, and they kept
It is a very violent movie.
Yeah. Well, guys, I love this. I thought it was my favorite one in the franchise. What they did with the buddy comedy, but taking a known killer and a robot, like unlikely companions, am I right? But they find each other, and I loved it. I just 10 out of 10.
Pop
It was
pop
very
quiz
Chewbacca C-3PO, wasn't it? With like C-3PO riding on the back of Chewie in Empire.
pop
Absolutely. That's what I
pop
thought.
Where am
quiz,
I
Chris.
going? I can't see on this smelly thing.
That was the genius that Dan was, like, trying to emulate, which I think is I mean, art is all imitation, am I right? So, again, a genius stroke by Dan. No, I hated this movie, I'm sorry. I had you guys, they're like, "Whoa, this guy loves it." I know I'm very convincing, but no, I didn't care for it. I did not care for it, not at all. I found it hard to watch it like a normal movie because I was like, "This isn't is this for this is a thing for children to watch." I judging it and having a critical eye almost didn't seem fair. I'm like, "That's not almost it should get a not rated." Like,
Rated
you know
for
what I'm saying?
me and
For
I watched
critical
it with my
analysis.
youngest son. I watched it with my 7-year-old, and we were having, like I think maybe because my expectations and my mood were in a certain way, like, I enjoyed the experience
Well,
with my youngest
100%.
boy.
so
I would have done the same thing. I'll just
I
tell
have
you.
I have a 5.5-year-old, and so I watch a lot of crappy kids movies. Like, I
Yes.
just that is a steady
Part of
diet
your
in my
job.
movie life. Yeah, part of the job. And so this movie did not I was like, "Oh, this is like one of the best kids movies I've seen in a while."
Great, yeah, and I remember my kids are older now, but when there was stuff like this when they were younger, I would absolutely like, if they were into it and we had fun together and all that, I would go there. Just
Now
watching this by myself as an
oh,
adult,
yeah. Now is this movie
that was
good?
different.
Is this movie good in the grand scheme of movies? No, it's not very good, but, like,
Yeah,
I wasn't not entertained.
yeah.
Exactly.
No, I mean, it has I just wanted to really do that turn there, the heel turn, since
Got me.
we're losing Jesse. One last heel turn, I'm the heel. But, no, it's fine. It's totally fine, and, but yeah, let's get into it. I mean, it's
Well,
just
Chris, I remember you saying in the first episode you didn't really like the design of the Predator, like, maybe is do you mean with his mask off? And there's just nothing but mask off Predator, and he doesn't have, like, a wide head. He just looks like a normal guy almost with a four-mandible face, so what did you think of all that?
I hated it.
I hate
Well,
it.
I mean, like, I don't know, though, so I'm being super cynical for, like, obviously for dramatic effect, but, yeah, I mean, I don't fucking having to, like, watch these guys talk and try to be like normal people,
The
it's
gobbledygook of the
dumb, like, you're
Yautja
not
voice.
that. You're supposed to be this crazy, hideous alien with, like, a face, and that's just like, "I am a killer, and you're mysterious," and it's like, "The honor of my brother." Oh my god, like, I
And
get it. Go there, guys.
the expressiveness of his eyes, it's like the Predator we shouldn't be seeing the Predator do that. We
He does so much with
at
his
all.
eyes, and that's what I love. He's like
Less
Brendan
is more.
Fraser. He's
Yeah,
like
his
Brendan
eyebrows,
Fraser
he
the
definitely
whale.
didn't have the Botox on that CGI face of his, you know? Wow.
Yeah, I
Yeah, there's a lot of choices made in this movie about the wardrobes, the different masks that they had. I mean, because you can tell in a lot of the instances that it's a guy in a suit, and it just makes
okay.
it seem almost more ridiculous, like all of the stuff that is on top of this man in the suit.
Yeah, he just kinda almost like, I don't know, the overall design, it's just like a man creature, and I feel like it's pretty rare that a man creature works in, like, over the long term in
Yeah,
cinema.
you see too much of it.
It has to be weird, it has to not just be like a
Well,
man walks, I mean, I guess you have
do
some
you do you know how this really should have worked? It should have
oh,
been animated.
hey,
This
they're like
this
Yeah,
would have
that
been a
probably would have been
way
someone
better.
told
better animated movie.
someone told that to Dan and he realized it, he's like, "But shit, I already made Badlands, fuck!" He's like,
Killer
Right.
"Quick,
Killers.
quick, do an animated series, do that because 'cause it'll redeem you when this comes out," but then it did well because
There was one CGI shot that was so bad when he crashes on the planet with his little pod. I made notes of how terrible it was. It was about as necessary as the prostate exam that I got earlier today. Turns out it wasn't necessary, you know? Didn't need to see
that
it.
was for
Didn't
a
need to
good
have
time.
it.
Yeah, no, that's just a sign up thing on meetup.com. Doctor wasn't involved. He said he was a doctor.
I mean, I think any of the scenes on the Yautja planet are criminally horribly made. Like, it's
Yeah.
just some of the worst stuff you'll ever see. The stuff on the planet is just fun kinda jungle nonsense.
Sure, yeah. I mean, and I love Elle Fanning. I think she's a very talented
I think
actress.
she's
I think
really good.
she plays at least one of her 2 roles really, really well. I
Yes.
mean, but she's great, and so you have that. That's always some, like, gravitas that the movie had, like, "Look, at least, she's involved." Because if it didn't I mean, if it just had some bad actress in that role, oh my god, it'd be rough. But,
Yes.
like, I think the point is, though, right, that this works. This is, like, something that, like, in Hollywood right now, this is a successful formula, and so, I mean, I can personally have my thoughts about it. I'm not the demo. It's not made for
Yeah.
me, right? Like, if I watch it with kids, I'd be like, "Okay, that's cool," and then because of that kind of extension, I could be like, "Oh, yeah, it's a thing that my kids love, and you love your kids." You're gonna be like, "The Yautja is stupid," or maybe I would say that to my kid. I'd be like, "What are you doing?"
Well,
No,
it seems to me like with a couple of conversations with Peter about his son's affinity for the Yautja, like it seems like
Ouch.
building the lore out has almost helped the popularity of this like not spectacular film.
100%, and when kids are younger especially, that they eat that stuff up, and Peter, I've met your kid, they're so cool. They're the coolest. So, I mean, he's just seeing it through kid eyes, and I mean, whatever, I would just wanna put that out there that he has good kid taste. It's there.
Well, we had a good time. I think one funny thing that happened is so we talk about it being Disneyfied. We're watching it on Disney Plus. All of the other Predator movies, the ads that pop up because I'm not a baller that can pay for the ad-free service. So I get these ads, and on this one, I was getting Disney Star Wars Lego set ads, and I was getting none of that for the other ones, getting like adult ads, the Comfort Inn
Yeah.
and Suites with Keegan-Michael Key. But my my son and I were making up funny bits that we wished that there was a Yautja ad with little Yautja children like eating Yautja granola bars, like you're chewy Yautja granola bars, and the little kids are just going like, I love chewy granola. Like that would be phenomenal. I would love a little like in-universe Yautja commercial like that.
I feel like that could happen, and also I feel like this is the perfect time, if you don't mind. I just have something that I came across. Okay, I
Okay.
came across this, and I got a hold of the Disneyfication of everything. We were talking about this. Now, I actually grabbed a few of the future ideas that Disney could option. So these are other horror franchises that Disney could take on. I want to just tell you what I got. I have a little description of 4 things they're considering, okay? So, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's some good IP, right? We love
Yep.
that's hey, big trilogy, right? So, what I got here is Hulu presents Stitched Together, a series from the twisted minds of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre universe. Stitched Together focuses on a young Leatherhead dealing with the stress of growing up as a young man with a complicated family. Watch as young Junior. He's not called Leatherface until episode 8 of season 5. The young pig, and he and this young pig learn the true meaning of love and friendship, as well as he learns how to make a flesh mask. There's something for everyone this fall in Stitched Together. So that's one show we might get.
Does
Texas
he make a
Chainsaw.
mask out of the pig that he befriended?
In this series, he does.
Did
They
I did
gotta
we
add.
just spoil the end of it?
No, this happens from what I understand, this is, like, episode 4, like, this is, like, we really get it, and he's, like, very sad about it, and he is, like, he does connect with the pig, and there's tears, and it's I don't know, the tone is weird.
I gotta ask the one Disney question that we gotta ask for all of these shows, and that
Sure.
is simply, is Baby Yoda in it?
Well, I think he can be.
The
Okay.
I think we
All
can
right.
merchandise.
all
Hey, just keep that as a possibility, Disney, while you're thinking through these shows. Does Baby Yoda fit in this?
and the answer is the Mandalorian and Grogu crash land onto that farm.
Onto the Yautja farm?
No, 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 not the Yautja, the Texas
No,
Chainsaw
sorry.
Massacre
I'm
farm.
getting
Focus, Luke. We're
right,
back on
sorry.
the pig
Alright.
farm with Texas
Okay,
Chainsaw
sorry.
Massacre.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, not Predator Badlands.
No, no, and he's just like, "Unwell, these people are." It's a great Yoda. And,
That'll
the rest
pig, that was due.
I thought Grogu couldn't talk.
I know. I just
He's
had to.
probably gonna
Yoda was
talk
right
in the
there.
new movie, and it's gonna be so damn
Do we
stupid.
have any confirmation that any other creatures of Yoda's race talk like that, or is it just Yoda?
Well, there's
Oh,
is
yeah.
Yaddle. Yaddle is a female version of Yoda. There's only 3 of Yoda's species that are known: Yoda, Yaddle, and Grogu, and I don't know if
But does
Yaddle talks.
Yaddle okay.
It's just a Yoda thing. Yoda's pretentious, and he's just like he's got this weird way that he
Yeah.
says everything. His other
Yaddle's
the
like,
other
"We don't talk like that. I divorced him."
Yeah, well, the other 2 Yodas are just shaking their head. They're like, "Why? I don't get it, man. Like, just say it like a
Well, he
normal dude."
uses, like, different language syntax, but with English.
He's a genius. I gotta get back to this list. I wanna do this
Okay,
really
all
quick.
right, focus, refocus.
We got next up is Hereditary, the animated series.
Animated,
Now
good.
this is so what they're gonna do here is like the dollhouse
How did they get
miniature.
this from A24?
Don't worry about it. There's a
Okay.
lot of mergers happening, a lot of strings are being
Wow,
pulled.
I didn't know that Disney was gonna purchase A24.
Hot off the press! You heard it here
ESPN was
first!
involved too.
Yep.
Alright.
No, I mean, people are talking, and by that, I mean, I made that up.
They traded their rights to the NFL to purchase A24.
And A24 is now doing NFL games? They're so artsy and, like but, like, kind of studio at this point. Okay, so
Look at the
small
Dutch
town.
angle on that touchdown catch.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, man.
isn't Nick Cage playing John Madden?
He fucking
Is
is.
that an A24 movie?
Probably. I can't wait to see you with me as John
Keep
Madden.
interrupting you. Sorry, Chris. Keep going.
I don't know. I
Well,
wasn't
since
in the
these are
episode.
this is way more fun to play off the bit.
This is yeah, I was but you go first, Peter. I'll get into the cage. All right, yeah, that's not
I
quite it.
can't,
I'm not
I can't get into the cage. Boom! You got these linemen going this way, linemen going that way, and then the girl's head gets cut off. Boom! It's severed her head off. Boom!
Brett Favre. That's high praise. Well, we'll come back to Nick Cage. We can't do Nick Cage right now. That's high praise. I'm gonna be John
Is
Madden.
is
You're
Nick Cage
sweet.
going to be in Hereditary, the animated series, as Spider Noir?
Few voices. We'll just say it's a national secret.
Okay.
So, okay, small dollhouse stories about King Paimon and his journeys through the underworld. Also has a lot of random kid characters starring the voices of Jack Black and Morgan Freeman.
Man,
Is
that's
Jack
a
Black
weird
King
combo.
Payman?
I don't know. I can't tell you, but yes.
Okay.
Hello, it is me, King Paimon. Like it's a million
Because
degrees.
I'm upon my faithful steed.
It's a
Could he
level
do the
of
Bowser
1,000 all the
voice?
time. What?
Can he do the Bowser voice?
No, I don't think so.
I mean,
Is that
he's
the song "Peaches" or something or whatever?
He's just
don't remember that one.
living his best life. Okay, I'm sorry, but I want to get through this. Now there's a Halloween
mhm.
Halloween with Michael Myers. Okay. Now this is a spin-off. It's called Unmasked. Okay. There's synergy here, so pay attention. Michael Myers hangs up the Shatner mask to enjoy a quieter life on the lake with his dog Chester, voiced by Josh Gad, and his
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Good
and his
get.
journey.
It says 15 years ago, but yeah, good
I
get.
mean, the guy's making Spaceballs now, so he's nothing to snuff at.
Was
dog's-
Frozen 15 years ago? It's probably only a decade.
So Michael Myers is on a journey at redemption through a TikTok-based mega church. Episode 4, we find out that the lake he lives on is Crystal Lake, and a little guy named Jason also lives on said lake.
I
He
agree,
watches a lot.
Stacy.
He watches a lot of Fox News, and he yearns for the glory days of the machete. So what I'm saying here is both killers are out there. They're living kind of retired lives, and they miss the thrill of the knife. Can these two former mass murderers find one another, and in doing so, find a rejuvenated spirit to kill again and have a few laughs along the way?
Dude,
Unmasked.
you are killing it. Love it.
And finally, this one's for Luke. He actually requested this. It's the Disnification of Salo.
Salo.
You know, can you tell? Salo.
What's
That's it.
Salo? What's that?
It's look it up, but don't look
Give
it
me a
up.
pitch.
Nope. We're gonna-
Elevator pitch,
Nope, we
go.
don't want to go.
Nope.
Nope.
It's a really
We'll get-
disturbing film. Don't look.
We will be banned permanently from YouTube for discussing the plot of Salo.
Make sure no one's around. It's a bad movie, guys. We don't support it.
The
It is a
Human
movie.
Centipede by
Not in
Disney.
Trump's America do we talk about Salo. Come on.
Salo. Well, this one is about the headmasters at the School of Torture and Death.
Oh, boy.
Have had their day in court, and they have been sentenced to life, as well as a bond amongst one another that is reminiscent of the feel-good tone of the Shawshank Redemption. Ray Fiennes stars as Father Murphy.
Don't do that to Rafe.
who repents for his sins. It has a lot of jokes about the prison food
Boy.
being worse than the cuisine featured in the movie Sallow. Check it out. So that's what
Alright.
I got. That's hot off the press. This is the future Disnification we can see to horror franchises.
Phenomenal stuff, Chris. That's
That's
a lot
great.
of
That's great.
content. That's gonna
Thank
be
you.
on Disney's slate for the next 8 years, I think. Just schedule it out
I'm
now.
down.
I do
I think
like
so.
I think your best one of those real absolutely real things that are going to happen, I think the best one that you
Yeah.
told us about was the Texas Chainsaw Little Leatherface.
Little Leatherface. I mean, that was
I thi
greenlit right
I
away
think it's
for
got a
obvious.
little bit of, like, what is it, Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer vibes to it.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get Rooker
Yeah.
back to be older Leatherface.
God, yeah, the casting on that. They're thinking John no, wait, Michael Shannon? I don't know.
Michael Shannon's awesome,
Michael
yeah. Shannon and
Michael
Michael
Shannon.
Rooker, be phenomenal.
I mean, Michael Shannon ever played a serial killer? I feel like he probably has, but if he
Yes, he
hasn't
played
The Iceman.
he played the Iceman, yeah.
okay.
That's a real
So, I
dude.
mean, great actor. Fuck, great. Also, a singer in an REM cover band. Did you guys hear about this? Jay
What?
Leno?
That's cool.
Wow.
Yeah, he is. He plays with them. Like, I don't know if he plays with members of REM, but he might have at least sometimes. And yeah, he does the Stipe parts, and he's quite the singer.
Life is bigger.
I am tiny happy. What's your favorite REM song, Peter? Right now.
I don't know. I don't know REM too well.
Are you talking
Okay,
REM to
well,
me?
you're
Huh?
talking REM to Ray B.
No, I don't know REM too well. Wasn't a big REM guy.
I'm
Dude,
gonna
check
go
him
with
out.
"What's the Frequency, Kenneth"
Oh,
personally,
that's
but
the
you
one. Yes.
the frequency, Kenneth. That's
Yeah.
actually probably not my favorite one, but it's good. Night Swimming is my favorite REM song. Thank you.
There you go.
All right,
Shout
well,
out
yeah.
Mike Stipe.
So we
That was a
return.
big detour from Badlands. Who was on the comments? Said that Predator 2 better than Badlands? Totally agree.
That's
Okay, yeah.
Stacy. Stacy, shout out Stacy. We'll put it back up again.
Yeah.
Stacy, you are true. You may see that reflected when we go through our rankings of the Predator movies once we're done talking about Badlands. But yeah,
Yeah.
I will spoil Predator 2 is more watchable and enjoyable to me,
Hell
a
yeah.
35-year-old male than Predator Badlands, which is made for 12-year-old to 7-year-old
This
males.
movie is set up like I was making notes. It's like a video game where just like you get to the planet, level 1 is
You gotta
the
learn
vines,
yeah.
and then you gotta check out your inventory. You gotta check in your inventory map, hit pause, check
You
your
gotta
weapons.
You gotta learn how to beat each boss along the way. There's different moves you
Yep,
gotta
there's
master.
poison dart plants.
It's
Level
so
3 is hunting in the razor grass, and then all this stuff, all these skills and weapons and buddies that you met along the way builds up to a finale. I'm not joking. I do think that this movie kind of like slowly gets better and better, and like I enjoyed it by the end of the movie. But there's a lot of it
So
so stupid.
so I forget the name of the Calisk. There they go.
Yeah.
So the
yeah.
Calisk reveal that the little guy that's hanging out
Bud.
with them, I was like, that is 1000% a Calisk. I was not that reveal did nothing for me.
You
Like,
called it right
I
away,
knew
huh?
that was coming. Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, that to me, at least, was, like, so like, you were supposed to realize that before the eventual reveal. It was so obvious.
Yeah, I thought that too. I didn't even think they were trying to be special with that. I don't know.
Well,
But
like
here's the thing. Yeah.
this is for kids. It's not supposed to be too complicated, but
Yeah.
there was a big picture conundrum by the
Look
end
at
of
the
this
big
movie.
brain on us. Woo!
Yeah.
What, you want
You guys should
Memento
be
for
so
kids,
proud.
man? You want Memento? You
I
want fucking
called
Lawrence
that.
Olivier? What do
It
you
was
want,
Bruce
fucking
Willis the whole time, the dude with the toupee.
Yes.
guy here's wanting infinite jest on film or something? I don't know.
But okay, so major dilemma about who we should be rooting for in this movie. We should be rooting for humanity, and did the predator Yautja prevented humanity from getting like life-saving regenerative DNA from the Calisk.
True.
We need
I
What
that,
the
mean,
fuck?
man. Yeah.
Humanity will suffer instead of what we could have gotten.
I don't enjoy animal cruelty. I'll raise my flag for that. Not
That's true.
not
Okay,
not into
well,
just hunting for the sake of hunting. Maybe if you're gonna hunt, let's make sure it's some animal that is replenishable and it's for food. But
like a right.
I do understand your point,
A white
Peter, that
rhino.
if this is such a life-saving technology, like health benefit that they're going to be able to provide, I think you could maybe spare a callus unless there's only like one callus.
Right, and, like, we don't know if they weren't gonna we don't know if they were gonna torture it or what, but it's just, like, the powers of this thing. It got its head cut off and it survived and its tail cut off. It's
Well,
unbelievable stuff.
the way they make it more villainous is the like AI, and, automaton, the bad Elle Fanning character
Yeah, you just have
part of it.
robots making these
Yeah,
decisions.
yeah. So you're just like, oh yeah, screw those guys.
Yeah,
Yep.
very simple. I
Um,
was confused as to who to root for. It was like the most recent Home Alone movie where the script involved confused about who you should root for. The little kid terrorizing the two adults, and the two adults were just trying to like get something back that they thought was theirs to like make their mortgage for their house that they were going to lose. Like who wrote that movie to have such confusing and conflicting people to root for? Terribly
it's 'cause
done.
we gotta learn that sometimes who we think is the bad guy actually isn't, and I'd like that to just be you think about that when you think about things in the world and,
But even
you know?
so,
It's
if I'm
complicated.
Yeah.
I'll put my analysis hat on again. I never didn't believe that Deck was a good guy. Like he so
I love
clearly
that.
is like has a heart within him. So when he's like kind of being pissy and weird and like show offy, like with the Tia character, I'm like,
Mhm.
this is like this. You're so obviously going to turn. Like, what are we doing, wasting time?
Right, it's just gotta be
Yeah.
all mapped out so obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that there is a wonderful audience for this and that it was a successful film in Hollywood. And no, I mean, I whatever. This is just like being like, "Oh, Chris, what do you think about like a Toby Keith album?" And I'd be like, "Well, I'm gonna say it sucks, and I don't even know what it is." Or you know what I'm saying? Like I have this bias and everything like that. Obviously, I did watch, but yeah, I think it's just yeah, not for me or not not really like a film that requires it's almost like analyzing it kind of feels wrong because it's just like
Well,
this is what I am, man, like this is it, like this is what you're getting, like you want this kind of fun kind of young person but whatever action story, there you go,
Well,
not
I'll
us.
I'll relate it to this, like, obviously not in the same realm of popularity, but, like, K-pop Demon Hunter, I've watched that movie, like, 10 times. That movie's not very good, but I do understand why it is so ridiculously popular, and, like, it's not just because the songs are good, like, it's just, like, kid candy.
For sure, and Peter, you made the point of how they make it like video games, and clearly I think so much goes into this, like literally like the science behind how they're making films for kids. Like I heard something about like the shorter attention spans, that they're like factoring that in, that they're factoring in the fact that people literally will be on their phones. So they're making films that like you can understand even if you're looking away sometimes. This is, and I'm not saying this has anything to do with that, but things are made for, for kids. And I think it really hits with them. And it's like a video game. They love it. It's just, it's kid catnip. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, this movie plays out like executives on the board really had their hand in, like, how
Well,
this movie should flow and how simple it should be and how to market
Yeah.
it and whatever.
It's,
it's very bizarre to me, although it does make some sense if you just take another step back that, so this is Dan Trachtenberg again, so 3 movies in a row, all 3 different. I think that's what he was going for, but it
yeah.
seems weird that the guy who made Prey, which, like, has a very compelling storyline, very
Yes.
compelling hero, very compelling character progression and arc, like, also made this movie and signed off on this script, whether or not I can't remember if he wrote it by himself or not, but, like, this is not in the same stratosphere as, like, Prey.
No.
True. Yeah. I bet it was, as Peter said, it was the suits. They're like, Dan, you're not that big of a deal, baby. You do what we want. We got notes. And
Or you could say he unequivocally nailed making a kid-friendly version of the Predator, like, he
I
yeah,
I'm
absolutely
telling
is
you.
successful there. Like,
I like that version better because that's not giving any power to like the corporations as much. So yeah, he could just be good at doing that. I mean, the cartoon was right. Like
yeah.
he digs the Predator universe and he's like, I'm gonna just paint with all kinds of
Well,
different
and
strokes.
he has teased a 3rd movie that he is going or another movie along in the Predator franchise that he is gonna be a part of, and Arnold has been talking about coming back to it, so I don't know if
Oh, so
he's
old. Stop,
I don't know.
Arnold.
Well, it could be another animated movie, you never know. Because Killer of Killers is out there and he was involved in it, you never know if he's just gonna go that route again, so
Arnold's getting back into shape for a Conan legacy movie, so you never know.
yeah.
Could be another
No way
Predator
that's
movie. I say,
bad.
please, God, no. Please spare us.
That's a slam dunk
I w
right there.
Again, if it is an animated movie and he's voicing a character, I'm all in. Great, do it. Bring
Me
his
too.
character back. I mean, he's in the back end of Killer of Killers. He's right there. So,
That bod, those biceps. He's never done a cartoon voice, has he? I don't think he has,
yeah,
even
he
being the
has.
You think?
Or is it Stallone that's in, the Army? What's that animated movie that came out along the same time or with the little army men?
Um,
All soldiers.
Small
that's in
Soldiers.
the '90s, and I
Is
don't think
he a voice in that? I think he is.
Only We Had a Machine.
I don't know. No, I don't know. Is that a movie? No idea.
Small Soldiers is a movie.
It is a
That's the
movie,
movie I'm thinking of.
and so we'll find that out. We'll find out if Arnold ever voiced a cartoon.
Nope,
Speaking of
not even
act
close. Not even close. There
no?
is nobody of Arnold's type in that movie.
No,
You guys bringing me
but I think like this, the last.
Jay Moore in Small Soldiers would not have
Jay
Oh
missed
yeah,
that.
Moore.
and
Hey! It's fucking J
David
Mo
Cross. David Cross is
Yeah,
also in
David
it.
Cross is in
Kirsten
it too.
Dunst.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. I heard good
Uh,
things about that movie. I've never seen it, but I'm, like, just
It
aware
Yeah,
of it,
it's like
that
a
was a
it's like
very
a
popular movie
Gremlins
in the '90s.
it's like a Gremlins kind of, remake almost. It's the same kinda concept, and it's the same director too, Joe Dante.
Nice. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know Joe
Done.
Dante. I know Joe Dante.
Yeah, it's kind of a fun movie, not bad.
Yeah.
But anyway, these last Predator movies is just like a writer's room of just like, what if we could do this? What if we could do that? What if we could throw in these George Lucas Star Wars creatures that look kind of like this? And like, I guess in the end, they made some pretty entertaining stuff. So I can't shit on it too much, you know?
They have. I think the issue really, if we look at some of this stuff, is like that. I mean, you could say that Dan Trachtenberg now is like the Predator director as of
Yeah,
in
he's the man
recently,
now. Yeah.
but like
Oh,
before
well,
that,
we missed an obvious one, guys. He does do voice work in The Simpsons.
McBain.
That is
that,
Arnold.
That's not really his voice, is it?
That's
He
what
doesn't
that's
do
what
any
Claude
area.
is that is what Claude is telling me.
That's bullshit.
Claude is a liar. Okay, well,
He
if you're
voices himself in 1993 episode. Oh no, so he voices himself in it.
Okay.
well, that
He,
does
he
count.
was credited
Unfortunately,
under a pseudonym A. Brooks for contractual reasons.
Albert Brooks?
Just
hello,
A.
Homer.
Dot Brooks. Actually, he appeared as a character played by Rainier Wolfcastle in the show. That's who is doing his voice in other
Rainier
parts.
Wolfcastle.
Yeah.
Is that the actor and then McBain is the character he plays?
Yeah.
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 Great.
But yes, Arnold has done a voice appearance as himself in The
Okay, well, that
Simpsons.
counts. So thank you for finding that information out. What I was gonna say really quickly is that I feel like the Predator never had good directors for the most part, right? Like, I'm just comparing it to Alien because it's an obvious comparison and being like,
John
well, why?
McTiernan's a good director.
Are you are excluding
No,
John McTiernan because I think
okay,
the directing's phenomenal in that movie.
sure. No, and I'll give
Well,
that to you. If you
I'll
want to
even
say
say
like,
that the directing is like pretty good, not like amazing, but he is unequivocally a good director.
okay, no, that's fair. So the first movie was handled by a guy that's a really good action director. Whether I'd say auteur director, not sure. And I mean that by being like artsy fartsy, right? Because with Alien right off the bat, Ridley Scott sets the tone. Then you got your James Cameron and we've obviously covered all of those. But I do feel like I don't know if we're thinking of like how the quality was maybe kept for, and not to say that the Alien franchise does not go in the shitter sometimes because absolutely it does. But I just feel like this was a franchise that right away they kind of like punted to be like, yeah, whoever.
Yeah, this
But
ain't that kind of movie, kid. That's kind of what that. It's totally
which
different.
is yeah,
But I also think that Trachtenberg is like also a good director. Like
yeah. I mean,
he
Yeah,
just
Ray
is.
was good.
Yeah,
Really
10
good.
10
Cloverfield Lane.
Cloverfield Lane is good.
Yeah, well, I mean, and clearly he's taken it and he's taking it into a direction. He's taking it into a successful direction, and I did like Prey a lot. So, yeah, I mean,
But yeah, I agree with you that the middle chunk of these, what they were trying in the early 2000s and then Obviously, Predator 2 is just a, pick your own adventure on that one. You can really enjoy it or think it's trash.
Yeah, they didn't really get too far creating a lot of really cool additional stuff or it just you had your first movie, you made some stuff, but that what do we want else do we want to say about the Badlands?
I do wanna shout out Elle Fanning and
Yeah.
the her being a good and a bad actor in both the same movie, because she's
Sure.
phenomenal as Tia, but she is really bad as the bad AI lady,
Yeah, she
whatever.
sucks.
How does it
I f
compare to Fassbender's? You know,
Not even
he's
close,
got the
dude.
I mean,
dual role in Covenant, right?
Fassbender is I mean,
Unbelievable.
he's the
Yeah.
fucking one of the best performances of my life.
Walter?
Well, hi, I'm Walter. Hello, I'm David.
He
David.
I mean,
I mean, he's
you're coming
amazing.
against a firestorm there, Peter, because we will
Yeah.
Yeah,
defend
no,
Fassbender in that movie to the
I know
Put a
death.
you
bit of
guys
bread
love
and
that
butter on those
performance.
motherfuckers.
It's true.
And the I'll show you the fingering. Fluting. He's talking about being a flautist.
Oh, yeah, the
But I do
flute.
think that Elle Fanning, I do think that she's good in her role as Tia, and, I mean, yeah, she's a great actor, and it's a fun thing that they had. Did you like that she was on his back for a while?
Yeah,
I mean,
I
it's a
I
nice
liked it,
thought it was
yeah, it
cute. You
worked.
got these limitations to this
yeah,
super powerful synth who could do a lot of shit to get him out of, jams or whatever, but she's only half of a
D
body, so
Peter, do you know
she's
what it
just
was
using
kind
her knowledge to help him, kinda.
do you know what it was kinda like? Master Blaster.
it was.
Yeah, and
Massive.
and her role reminded me of, once again, of video games because, like, a common thing to do in video games is to have a little character who
Like
like,
Cortana
spits
from
out some
Halo.
text that's gives you a little hint about that area of the map, or that
Mhm.
like Navi from Ocarina of Time, that one of the Zelda game, that's my favorite game of all time. So, just another, like, thing that's just like a video game, and I think her as Tia, very difficult thing to do. She is kind of an annoying character, but doing it in a way that's not annoying, like, she's, like, really
Mhm.
cheesy, but how like, that's I think that's a very difficult line to tread, and she
Oh,
does it
yeah.
really well.
I think
Yeah.
she's yeah, I think that thing that you're pointing to, Peter, is what kinda blew me away with that performance, and it's what makes I looked it up, the Tessa character, the bad AI, like, so bizarre. What like, the choices she made to portray that is very weird when she's just nailing Tia.
Yeah. I mean, I wanna say, like, bad directing notes or I mean, or just I don't fucking know, but it's really cool. I think it's clever that they literally strap her to the Predator because, as we've talked about, like, the Predator itself as a character, not exactly super fun to follow, and so having her literally strapped to him, that was nice.
Well, it does,
Yeah,
like it immediately supercharges the movie because if she
yeah.
does not exist or that part, like, just doesn't work, this movie does not work at all.
Yeah, she's super watchable and all that stuff was fun, I mean, it's just towards the end, it was just I was just like, "Oh, there's" it's a lot of fight scenes. You know what, Mad Max? So many car chases, Predators, so many fight scenes, and that's cool, but I was just kinda sometimes you just become like, "It's another Predator fight scene," and you're just desensitized, and you're just like, "Whatever."
Wait till we do
You
the
know?
Fast and the Furious franchise and it's
I
another car chase?
please God, no.
And family.
Family.
Family and car chases.
Wait, they're in
No, that would
space
be
now?
horrible.
How did we get to space?
My
Yeah,
God.
I saw that one. I took notice. It's like F9. Ludacris drives a car into space, and that scene only takes like 3 minutes, and then they go so, I mean, hey, if you like stunt shows, if you wanna see cars doing stunts, then go see those films. It's fantastic what they do with those cars.
Well, then
And
we're
that
gonna do Transformers right after that.
oh
Transformers
my
1,
god.
fun movie, the rest of it, garbage.
Hey,
Yeah,
almost like the Predator franchise.
But hey,
that
let's do it!
we need some yeah, they'll just take some more warmer takes.
One
Now
great movie, 35 years later. A pretty good movie in Prey.
a kind of good movie, yeah. But I one last thing that I wanted to open up to you guys question-wise before we rate and everything. So, I think, like, Predator is the where it's going, right, they're probably gonna have the next step will be, like, a romantic Predator movie. Like, he had a friend in this movie, right? He had a
Yeah.
friend, and we were starting to see, like, predators have feelings too. predators are people, right? We're slowly making the audience comfortable with this. So the next time we do a romantic movie. So who is going to star opposite of Predator as the first romantic love interest of a Predator? I've got a list.
Ooh, okay. I haven't
So it's
thought of
not
this.
a
What?
it's not a Yautja female? I don't believe we've ever
Well,
seen a
you
Yautja
could
female.
have, I mean, you could have them
Are
play
so we're talking interspecies? Are you gonna pitch us on interspecies?
I'm gonna tell you people, and as far as if they go Yautja, if they
I
don't
will
go
tell you
Yautja,
this much, if they are a human being, no.
I mean, that's worked in Beauty and the Beast. That was pretty
Nope.
successful.
He
Ugh.
turns into a prince at the end.
Beauty. Okay, so pretend they're Yautjas then, except for this first one, because she can't be, because the first one is the creature from the Black Lagoon.
In.
So that
All
was a
in.
chick?
Sure.
Hey, the predator is fluid, and so is the creature.
I don't know if predators are fluid. They haven't really gone through how they procreate.
I think
They
the
have-
predator mom should be played by Sigourney Weaver. It only makes sense, though.
Hello.
Is the
Sophia-
xenomorph a possibility? I mean, we did get Predalien. We could get Predalien in a more humane matter in which one does not need to be birthed
Ripped
out
open.
of the other
Yeah.
body.
I think it would be smart. I think it would be smart to do a xenomorph.
Maybe the
Act-
xenomorph from Alien Earth can fall in love with the Yautja.
They were smoother looking and kind of more easy on the eyes. They seem to be able to walk. So, do you have Sofia Vergara as that alien?
Holy
Or-
shit. Just
That's what. Just
dripping
imagine that.
charisma.
Yeah, a lot of like predator. Oh, you're home. Just.
Do you want
I
to take
mean,
a shower with me?
yeah, like predator. Yautja. Anyways, Reba.
We're
Reba
not
Mac.
covering that movie. Reba McEntire. All right, now I'm interested.
See, now it's like a cowboy feel.
Hell yeah, she's got an interesting looking mouth and she knows how to wield a gun. Tremors. You blasted into the wrong damn rec room, didn't you? And she's got a shotgun just blasting away.
I'll shoot you dead with my Yautja right here. It's my Reba McEntire.
Is
He's
she
a single
human
Yautja who
or
works
is
2
she
jobs.
a Yautja female?
Yautja female,
Voiced by Reba McEntire.
voiced by Reba McEntire. We've got a crossover character in Cruella, obviously played by Emma Stone, or zombie Emma Stone.
No love for
Or-
Glenn Close? Jesus.
No, we're not going Glenn's way. She's been passed up. Zombie
She'd
Emma
be
Stone.
nominated for an Oscar and lose.
Yeah. Well,
Meryl
We're also-
Streep as Julia Child as a Yautja. Now, when you see that we're cooking up these interesting things in the wilderness, you must add the most interesting ingredients. When we cook up a first
I did
aid
not-
kit to help with my severed leg, please help me.
I did not think we'd be getting a Julia Child in this. That's
I didn't know.
amazing.
I came out of nowhere. I didn't know either.
It turns out it's actually Dan Aykroyd. Okay.
When he, yeah, he rips
Wow.
his face off.
It's
What a
me,
reveal.
Dan
That would be a better reveal than the kid being the big monster's kid, whatever, in Badlands. I can't remember the
really
names
quick,
of these
Fire a
creatures.
few more. Love interest played by Pedro Pascal
Yeah, he's
Okay.
everywhere. He's so hot right now.
Yeah, you got to get him in.
or JD Vance.
Can we get the fat meme JD Vance? Create him with
Yeah.
CGI AI.
I mean,
flopping
he's
around?
with a predator. He's with a. It's not like they have to look good. Their love
That's
is different.
true. That
It's not like sexy, but it is sexy to them, and therefore we're.
can we work in Cash Patel anywhere? Who
I think
should
you could
he
have
be?
a supporting role. He could be like I don't know, like he can be like a Donnie Glover.
A Danny Glover? A Donnie Glover?
Not that again.
You've never gotten
No.
Danny Glover's name right.
It's a bit. It's obviously a bit.
It's
I
a
know
bit.
Danny.
It's a
He's a
bit.
great
It's true.
friend of mine.
It's a good
and
friend.
I met
we-
Danny in an airport in like 96 or whatever. I forgot to tell you guys this.
Why are we just hearing about this now?
Was going on a ski trip when I was younger. It was like 96 or 97. Met him in an airport. He looked tired. I don't know what he was doing, but he was oozing, I'm getting too old for this shit. And he would just barely talk to us.
Is
Got
still
a
in
picture with
character.
him. But yeah.
Yeah, he took a picture with you.
Did you do
Yeah,
back-to-back guns?
I was running over to tell someone else that like someone else in my family, and then meanwhile, so I am not in this picture, but like my brother is, and like a couple other people. Are in
you
it,
should have
That
remade the
sucks.
Lethal Weapon poster with
Yeah,
Danny
I-
DeVito.
I
My
met him,
gosh.
and yeah, he was looked like he was getting too old for this shit, and that was
Danny Glover.
30 years ago.
He should like blink if he's okay. He does seem like in every role he's just like there kind of against his will. I hate everything about this, man. Like it sucks. Anyways,
Alright, let's
okay, yeah,
do we
do it.
even wanna I can't even name you a scene, guys. I saw this movie 2 weeks ago, I don't remember specifics about it. I can't even remember creatures' names. Like, I know broad strokes of this movie. Peter, do you have a
Uh,
favorite scene?
I would like I said, I think this movie, like, slowly just starts to get, like, better and better, and, like, you see the simple nature of how it's assembled, and it's gotta be the attack on the Wayland, Yutani facility. I thought that was kinda fun.
Love seeing Wayland Yutani. That's cool
Yeah,
until
that
it
was
Yeah.
isn't.
cool. I mean, it was also super stupid, but, like, yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, it's just it's a reminder, right? Because we used to see that brand and just
Well, AVP, shout out, there was a crossover, it did exist, it is
yeah.
canon.
Well, yeah, and then all the stuff in Alien Earth that
Even
had to
though everything in AVP breaks canon immediately and, like, none of it makes any sense if you actually try and fit it in the timelines and stuff like that, but whatever, and don't worry about it.
that's
Yeah,
a minor
best not to
alien
think about it.
it's best not. We only think about the Alien averse with the series directors. Yeah, I seen okay, I don't know. I thought that Elle Fanning brought a lot, especially when, early on and whatever. I honestly just was not watching it fully by the end.
Well, okay,
That's what when you have a movie podcast.
so obviously best performance is Elle Fanning, like,
Yes.
Yeah.
there's no
Sorry,
question.
Dak.
Is there an MVP? I didn't really have an MVP. I thought the the shoulder creature, not shoulder cannon, the shoulder creature was so ridiculous
Very
of an
cool.
idea that the shoulder creature itself got the MVP for me because it also sacrificed itself at the end. It took a blast that saved the Youch's life. So MVP
Sure.
shoulder creature.
I'm gonna give the MVP to the razor glass. That was a super cool invention. I really enjoyed that. Kinda I don't know, just something I didn't expect, and then he runs into it. I'm like, "That's kind of a cool idea." I also
MVP.
like that big beast thing that
The
could
bison
kind of bound
beast,
yeah, that could
bone
bound through
bison.
it. Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
Mhm.
And then they were eating the big bison legs. Man, that looked tasty.
The meat is not sweet.
I wanna give the MVP to the Disney Corporation. Well, I
Hell
mean,
yeah.
for better
That's
or
not.
worse,
I mean, makes
I mean,
sense.
on one way, we're gonna get more of this content. Some of it might not be bad, like, and
Well,
so, like, I
it's
mean,
not
that's the
Don't
entirely
don't
silver
say
lining,
that.
right?
No.
But you're also gonna get just a lot of shit that's more down the middle, that's just more like, "Hey, remember this?" And it's just gonna be different, and
yeah, and sometimes you get Andor season 2, and you're just like, "Okay, it's all
yeah,
good.
and
We're
and
fine.
I
Disney's
wanna
killing it."
say one more time that, like, I totally get, like, enjoying this with a kid or something, makes perfect sense, and I would have done the same thing. Now, if you're enjoying this by yourself as an adult, that's also okay, and, we still love you, and you should listen. I just was, it's not my book, not my favorite thing. So, corporate America wins, and, that's it. That's okay.
Alright, so let's talk Predator as a full franchise. Let's rank our Predator movies now that we've finished them all. It may differ from our out of we didn't even give an out of 10 score for let's give an
Oh,
out of 10
this.
score for Badlands and then give your ranking of the Predator movies.
Boy.
I'm gonna go with the not rated. I get this special because I feel like what, am I gonna give it like a 2 or a 3? No. It doesn't qualify
No,
for my
no.
rating scale. It's
Damn.
not eligible. It's great. It says, "This is fun. Go see it." That's mine.
So I have like a kid movie score that like
Okay. That's kind of my score. I agree.
it can't be lower than 4. Like, most kids' movies aren't the worst thing you've ever seen in your entire life, like,
Correct.
horrible, boring thing to watch, so they're not worse than, like, 4s, in my
Yeah.
opinion,
I
but they're never better than 7s,
I
unless
think
they're,
that's
like,
fair.
super special. So I'll
yeah,
give
like,
this, like, like, 5.9. Like, it's a very fun, decent, watchable movie.
I think that's a fair scale. That's kind of like I said, my expectations were of a certain way. My mood was in a certain spot when I was watching it, and so I think that affected my decision. I gave it a 6.8. In the end I was having a good time. So, that's what it 6.8.
it just means that you are a less cynical, happier person.
I
Is that
am
what I
I am like I'm here to have a good time. That's it.
Garbage! No, there was no apathy. It's okay. So we both have our own thing. I just want. Yeah. I'm glad it was a fun.
Alright, so here's just so that I'll jog Chris's memory a little bit so while you do think of your rankings. So, from bottom to top I listed The Predator 2018 as the worst Predator movie.
Mhm.
I
I think
would
if I really think about it, I think that's the worst
not
one.
disagree. Yeah.
I then put Predators. I think that movie is pretty actively bad. I think that's mixed in the fan base. I think some people think that that's one of the better ones. I do not think so. I think it tries for something and completely fails. Then I have Predator Badlands. It is what it is. It's enjoyable to watch. Then I have Predator 2, simply because I would rather rewatch Predator 2 than I would Predator Badlands. Like, if
Yeah.
I was, yeah, if somebody was sitting down, like, hey, I want to rewatch one of the non-Predator, the first movie, the Predator movies. Let's
Mhm.
watch something. I'd be like, yeah, Predator 2 probably.
Yeah, it's wacky. It's totally wacky.
3, Predator Killer of Killers. I think I ended up rating it a little bit higher when we talked about it individually. I do kind of stick to that, but if I am thinking about, adding rewatchability and stuff to it, I think it's 3, Prey, then at 2, and then the first movie. Obviously, it's like endlessly rewatchable, all my critiques of it aside. Like, if somebody is watching Predator, that fun, great, awesome. Let's do it.
Very good.
Okay.
Would you like me to go?
Go, Chris.
Yeah.
Alright,
I'm
so
I'm actually I'm making my list right now.
I've never done that ever. I just want everyone Bear Week is a minimum of lag time before I have my list ready. Okay, coming in at last place, we have Badlands, and coming in at second to last, The Predator 2018. Next, we have Killer of Killers. It's fun, whatever. It wasn't, I guess, for me, and I could easily swap that one with my next, which is Predator 2, which is more just getting it for the factor of being like, this is so weird and kind of just an all over the place what the fuck movie that can be kind of fun to watch.
It's the
Now,
funniest.
it's certainly funny. Now, this last time around, did I super enjoy watching Predators? Not as much, but you know what? I got to go back to my old self and remember that I actually really did like that movie when it came out. So it's number 3 for me
Shout
because
out Predators.
shout out Predators is what I like to always say. The Predator, the original movie, is number 2, and at number 1, we've got Prey.
Wow. Shout out Prey.
Shout out
Okay,
Prey.
I'm going with I really think Predators was the least fun movie.
I'm completely on
Yeah.
board with that. Yeah, you can
A
talk me into that.
and, and even though, like, The Predator ends up being horrendous,
Bad
there were
ending.
several parts of it where I was having fun, that the movie knew what it was doing, just riffing off jokes, like, Shane Black directed it. He liked to be a writer and just wanted to throw out some fun scenes of just whipping out jokes. So
Always
that
enjoy it.
one, Badlands
It
next.
is the stupidest of them.
Yeah,
Like,
but
just from a
it
like, if
knows.
you think about what's going on in that movie, it is very stupid.
It
Yeah,
has
I
fun, it has nice moments, I will agree. Some of the
Yeah, yeah,
comedy stuff
there's
does
fun.
work,
Yeah,
and yeah,
the
it's got
comedy
fun.
works. Comedy
Yeah.
works
yeah,
in that.
it's self-aware, and I had more fun, and I had very little fun with Predators. Okay, so Predators, The Predator, Badlands, Killer of Killers, a little bit better than Badlands, simply for the cinematography of some of these shots, the composition of these shots, and the colors. I mean, maybe Badlands would have been better as an animated movie. That's the kind of thing where I think
It
maybe
kinda
that was a
probably
choice
yeah,
that they could have made.
yeah.
I'm wondering if I'm missing any movies here. Predator 2 is next, and then Prey, and of course, Predator. Goes without saying, Predator number
Exactly.
1.
I think Predator 2 is the surprise here. Like, we favor the
Should we vote
classic
Predator 2?
kinda
Yeah.
kinda
I do enjoy
B
Predator 2,
action
highly
movie.
biased. Watched it as a kid, and I shouldn't have, but I had
Well, it
fun
reminds me of
back in
all
the
ki
day.
like I said, the B action movies of the late
Yeah.
'80s, early '90s, anything with Jean-Claude Van Damme, anything with who's the fake martial arts guy?
The the
Bruce
with
Lee?
Steven
No,
Seagal? Steven Seagal?
Seagal. Like, I love Under
Yeah.
Siege. Like, Under Siege is incredible, but
Yeah. Do
it's
you know
not.
I've never seen a Steven Seagal movie ever in
Wow,
my life.
dude,
Under
it's
Siege is
incredible.
a wild ride.
I've heard
It's
of yeah, like, I've never seen
Well,
one.
that's also, Tommy Lee Jones is the bad guy, and
Yeah,
he's
he's a wild
insane
goofball,
in that
man.
movie.
I love when Tommy goes insane like that.
He's as crazy as the Joker, or
As
not the
Two-Face?
Joker, Two-Face.
What, he had to keep
Yeah,
up with
so
a young Carrie?
do you
Yeah.
hear those stories about him being upset with Jim Carrey and like, I
Yes.
don't
Yeah,
sink
listen
in
to
your
our
buffoonery,
episode,
but like
Peter.
his performance is goofy as shit, and he's also goofy and Under Siege. Like I don't. So only Tommy Lee Jones can be goofy when it's Tommy Lee Jones time.
Well,
Jim
he was
Carrey
top.
can't do it. I find that so bullshitty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was.
we killed him on our episode about it.
Yeah, because his over the top in Batman Forever sucks, in my opinion. Like,
Yeah,
Jim
it's really
Carrey's doing his thing and being
Yeah.
Jim Carrey. I think, Tommy, I'm sure it wasn't, like, maddening, and I'm sure Jim Carrey was a weird
I think
fucker.
he's just an old curmudgeon. I
Yeah.
think
Big time. Yeah, he's got
even
his
then, he was a
roles in doing
curmudgeon.
that.
I don't care. That's what
But
he'd say to
he's
Jim Carrey.
I mean, also unequivocally an amazing actor, Tommy Lee Jones. Like,
Totally.
just so good.
End of Old Country or No Country.
No Country. I mean, even
Lo-
Men in
Lonesome-
Black. He's
Lonesome
incredible
Dove.
in Men in Black.
Lonesome Dove, Woodrow Call. You got to watch
Yeah.
Lonesome Dove.
Yeah, gotta watch Lonesome Dove. I haven't yet, but I have been recommended that.
All
Best-
those, like,
favorite book of all time. Also, incredible miniseries.
he's in, like, a bunch of John Grisham stuff, isn't he?
Yeah.
I feel like,
Mhm.
I don't
I don't
know.
know.
It doesn't matter.
What else is there to say about the Predator franchise?
I
Who's
to say that I'm glad we're done. I'm glad you're dead. I'm glad we're done.
I
they
know.
they weren't ever really able to find another Arnold to kind of rekindle that magic.
Yeah. I think the
Mm.
closest they got was in Prey.
Yeah, I
mean-
was just about to say, like, Prey is the only other like memorable kind of lead character.
To be fair, though, it
Danny
is a-
Glover is kind of
I
memorable
like
in
Danny
Predator
Glover. I
2.
like him more than Arnold. I'm sorry.
He's
Sorry,
also in
man.
Killer
Sorry.
of Killers. He's along the Arnold
Yeah, he's
character
there.
in Killer of Killers.
Man was not meant to watch these Predator movies so quickly in succession. We were not.
That is
too
a
much
lot
sugar
of a lot
at
of
once.
stupidity.
That's what
along
we
the
do
way.
here, though. This
My
isn't our
brain has
first
been
rodeo.
rotted.
Terminator, Die Hard, Ring a Bell. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like there was a bunch of hits in those, but we did it.
Right.
And there's always, it's movie history, one way or another. It has to be. It has
Like
to be.
I was saying before, I regret I regret giving you
Don't-
guys the idea
Don't
to
worry
do
about
this.
that, dude. We've done stinkers and we've done great things. It doesn't matter. It's fun to do the show and
Yeah.
talk.
Speaking
about
of
movies.
which, guys, partly
What?
motivated by going through this stinker of a franchise, we have decided
Breaking news.
to create our own franchises, much like in video
What?
games when you didn't just want to play with the players in the NFL or the players in the MLB. You wanted to create a player. We want to
Yep.
create a franchise because we are sick of watching one or two good movies, but then there's 6 of them.
Yep, and that's
So-
pretty much most franchises, right?
That's what we just
So
did.
we were
yeah.
we were
Shit.
thinking about for our upcoming Steven Spielberg movie, Disclosure Day. We wanted to do a Steven Spielberg franchise. Unfortunately, Jurassic Park is really the only one you can do, and most of those movies are bad.
Yeah, it would be the same thing. Like, you don't need a podcast on the
Yeah, you
Lost
don't need
World.
that,
Like, I need a
especially
shotgun
after-
blast.
So we decided, create our own franchise, but we stuck with this Disclosure Day theme. So we are doing our franchise, Aliens Coming to Earth. It's
Alien
Alien Invasion franchise.
All great alien invasion movies coming to you in a row, all with like kind of themes and kind of divvied out in order of release, all of course leading up to us covering Disclosure Day. This is going to be great. Luke has put this together, and there are some other great ones he's already told me about. I am so excited to do this. I know Peter is. You have to be excited, Peter. Are you excited?
Yeah, this is my jam, and the movies that Luke has chosen is fantastic, and I like his
Yeah.
ideas of how he has assembled this. So I'm super stoked. This is my thing.
Yeah.
Well, this is the last episode of a franchise, and usually we introduce what franchise we do next. So I'll give you guys the movies and how we covered and what kind of themes we're looking at in each one of these that build up to Disclosure Day. So we're beginning in the 70s with Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Then we are moving to the 90s, Independence Day.
Welcome
Welcome
to Earth.
to Earth, bitch. Right.
What is that smell?
We haven't had Will Smith on the show yet. He has not showed up in a franchise. So
That was him. He
welcome,
just
Will
walked by.
Smith.
He was in the background. You didn't see him.
We're gonna have Emil Hirsch. He's also in Independence
Yeah.
Day. It's not my David.
Then we are going to 2009 for District 9.
Yeah,
Fucking
that's
prawns.
it's got the D Antwoord is in that movie. The South
they?
African rap duo. Yeah, because they're friends with Neil Blomkamp, and he
Yeah,
like
yeah, cool.
directed 2 of their videos at least, and they're also in the Chappie
Chappie.
film that he did.
Chappie's kind of
Yeah.
fun.
Chappie
Yeah,
is
no,
kind of fun.
he's a cool ass director. There was a while where it was rumored that he was supposed to do Alien 5, and it was gonna have Sigourney. Like, there's apparently a script. Like, he's kick ass director.
Nope,
I don't
sorry,
know.
I'm out. I'm out. If you bring Sigourney back to Alien, unless it's just like a little bit part, I'm out. I'm done.
Well, also this was like 15 years ago.
Okay.
When the script,
That would I'm okay
yeah.
with that.
And
Watching
so,
watching
yeah.
the Terminator franchise peter out, still trying to run back the same plays in the
Yep.
back end of that franchise. It's just like, let's not do this anymore.
Linda Hamilton has nothing to do.
And Indiana Jones, I mean, we went hard on that too. Or so just let's let the guys be. Let the old guys be. They're having fun. They get to do their own stuff. You know, they got plenty of roles for them that they can do and other things. You don't have to bring them back to the action franchises of old.
Yeah.
We then moved to 2016 and Arrival, one of my favorite movies of all time.
Not to be confused with The Arrival with Charlie Sheen, which is also an alien movie. They're
Okay.
weird backwards legs bending aliens that jump around and freak you out.
Whoa.
Bad movie.
That might be a better movie to cover. We should have done one really bad movie, just like as a shout out to most franchises.
Mac and Me. We could have done Mac and Me.
Could have done Mac
Mac and Me. That is, I've seen that so many times because that was another one of the VHSs I had as a kid. Like
Coneheads?
You had Mac
We
and
could have
Me?
done Coneheads.
I love Coneheads.
Yes. Yeah.
That
Love
was
it.
a mess. That was a mess.
Maybe we do a bonus app if we need to.
What about
just-
Elf? Is Elf a movie or is that a TV show?
That was a
Elf's a
TV
show.
show. I want to eat the cat. He always wanted
No,
to eat
what's
the cat.
He's
What are you
No,
talking
Howard
about? I
the
didn't eat
Howard the
cat.
Duck is what I was trying to think of. Howard the Duck
Oh,
we could have done.
I-
He's an
I've
alien.
never- I have.
Hell
He is
yeah.
an alien.
Leah
First
Thompson
Marvel-
in that movie. I saw that when I was a very young kid. Oh, man, baby.
Yeah, I haven't seen. That's the first Marvel movie ever. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, a lot of great movies. But so Arrival, I've seen that a long time ago. I really
Yeah, me
liked it.
too.
I'm really, really excited to watch it again.
Great Amy
Big time.
Adams performance. Jeremy Renner. I love Jeremy Renner.
Okay.
And
Do
then
you have
yeah,
the Jeremy Renner app where you can discuss all things Jeremy Renner?
I do. I'm a subscriber.
Yes.
And I have been talking to Jeremy, and I think he'll be on the show for Arrival.
Shit, yeah. Nice.
I'll tease that
Oh.
right here, right now. You guys can hold me to that. Jeremy Renner
Yeah.
will be on the Arrival episode.
That's it.
Wow.
He's gonna be here. The
And then
soldier.
for Disclosure Day, which was the final movie in this Alien Invasion franchise, we will have Steven Spielberg. Actually, we'll have Sven Spielberg. We got Sven.
Yeah, it's Sven. You guys can see how he does when he disassembles the shop.
Chris doesn't know about Sven Spielberg because he
used the
wasn't
old- we
on
used
that
the-
part of the show.
We've used the old sets. You guys, can I use that? You used the road before, and now I will use it with rocks and climbing and climb up the rocks, fall down the rocks, and run away from the helicopters. I can do, I can show up and talk about that all the time.
He's Swedish.
Yeah, it's Sven.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
I'm his cousin,
I would-
Steven. My name's Sven.
Sven. I love it.
He's a
I
little
love
bit
it.
different from Steve. Steve
He's gotta be.
Spielberg. Steve
from
Spielberg,
Sweden.
prodigy, like knows how to block shots. He knows how to keep the story moving, action always constant, motion, everything's good. Sven is a little bit more laid back.
Yeah, Sven has parents.
Sven likes to see the board a little bit. He likes to, totter
I hate
around
it.
in different storylines for a couple too many minutes.
They tried to get Senor Spielbergo, but they had to settle for Sven Spielberg.
They said not in 2026.
No. Not doing it.
So yeah, we are opening with a Spielberg in Close Encounters, and we are closing with a Spielberg in Disclosure Day. Hopefully,
excited.
Disclosure Day will live up to the Close Encounters
Yeah,
hype
there's a new
that it's
trailer.
kind of surrounding it.
There's a new trailer that I didn't see yet, but I kinda wanna see it.
I don't watch trailers anymore. I'm anti-trailer.
Okay.
They
Well,
I'm also anti-hearing about what people think about horror movies before I go see them.
you
I
wanted
think that's
me
a
to
good idea. I think
I
that's
think it
smart.
I think it completely ruins any horror movie experience that I have to have anybody hype or de-hype the movie. I wanna go in as cold as I possibly can.
just like
Good
the dead
good
bodies. I
strategy.
saw Hokum. I liked it. It was good, but not great. Great middle, slightly lackluster ending. Adam Scott plays an asshole again. Check it out.
Um, that's, in Scotland, isn't it? Isn't that the
Ireland.
setting? Ireland, alright.
All Ireland, yeah, and there's a lot of Irish actors. It's honestly, like, it's really good, and then they just don't stick the ending really, but, yeah, it's
Sounds
from
like
the guy
most
that
horror movies.
the director that did previously he did Oddity, which I thought was, a good film, like,
Well, so
yeah.
Obsession is the big kinda that's coming soon and
That's out
or
right now.
is out right now, and that's, didn't a YouTuber is
Yep,
that one of the YouTuber movies? Yeah, so that's kicking off the YouTuber movies. We had the Markiplier one last year, Iron Lung or whatever
yep.
that was.
What about the
Back
Well,
rooms.
it hasn't been released yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not in theaters.
my kids are super stoked about that.
That is for
Face it.
YouTube, that is going to be hot, 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 hot. That movie's gonna make a lot of money, and
Oh,
hopefully it
yeah.
Probably,
is
yeah.
good.
Yeah, my kids are already all planning to see it, so I'm
Wasn't
Yeah.
interested.
the original photo taken that inspired the whole backrooms thing was like a photo taken in Wisconsin,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
right?
was.
Yep.
Yes, I forgot Manitowoc or something. It's one of those
Is it
towns.
Fond du Lac or Appleton or Oshkosh or something? One of those
Maybe Fond du
All
Lac.
within 2 hours of each other,
something
so
within
As someone
The
that
Lake
lived in
Winnebago
Wisconsin
area.
Winnebago.
as someone that's lived in Wisconsin his whole life, I can tell you it doesn't matter. They're all they're all it's in
Yeah.
somewhere that's kind of the
It's all
same.
kinda the same,
There's
yeah.
a Menards not that far up the road. Go
Oh,
to
there's a Menards in every town.
I prefer the lumber at Lowe's personally.
well, but that's not Wisconsin though. You're not
Do
supporting
You're
local.
not
I know,
saving
but the
big
lumber
money.
is so good. I mean, I had so many straight 2x4s.
Well, I'm gonna give you a run for your money when I see you at Menards.
Fuck that guy. Is it still the same guy?
So Luke,
He's dead.
he's dead. Luke and I saw a comedy Bang Bang improv show, and one of the actors came out as the Menards guy.
As
Fuck
as the
yeah,
Menards.
dude.
The weather
It's
today is
very
gonna
good.
be like great back to school sales this year on plumbers at Menards. And he just would do his little fucking gimmicky, but then he also read the guy's Wikipedia and he's like, actually, I died. He fell down the stairs a while ago.
Ooh.
And
Yeah,
then
sad
They remember
story.
when he like retired and they tried to do it with a chick and then it just
hell
did
no.
not
I think
work.
they
That's not
I
for
think
me.
they pivoted to having no people, and they just show, like, moving, like, PowerPoint images of their
How,
of what's on sale, basically.
how about do they still have that banjo song? Because we kind of talked about how
Yes.
that's like bang, bang, bang.
The
Kinda deli-
reason why they're a successful company is they spend nothing on advertisement. They do not give a shit.
Well, they tell me about the latest deals on 2x4s, but yeah, I mean, they just hired
Yeah,
a
that's
weird.
because they're, like, stuffing your mailbox with, like, their coupon book.
I bet, yeah, they just found some random unwell guy at a bar. They're like, "You want Jerry? You want to be the spokesperson for Menards? Okay, I'll do it for alcohol for life." He's also a pirate. I don't know if you knew that.
You can't beat
Menards.
the jingle for Farm and Fleet though. The hardest working people in America find value at Farm and
That's a beautiful jingle. That's a beautiful
It's
jingle.
great.
I mean,
Rockin'.
yeah, so much better than just like Menards.
11% rebate. You'll never get it. You'll forget to send that in.
Well, that's what they're banking on.
Rebates by mail. Oh my god.
Well,
Anyway,
and you got to choose whether or not you wanted in Menards cash, because you could, like,
Yeah.
you could get more of that than you could of the actual rebate in cash.
it's
So
more than
they were just you're just buying right back into John Menard after that.
Good
It's all
idea.
about
Is
Menards.
anyone listening to this anymore? You think anyone's listening
Oh,
to
there's
this
a big
conversation?
Menards audience out there.
What do the comments say?
I
Let us know in the
technically
comment-
I used to work for John Menard in college. I worked at the ECDC distribution center, which
How was
is
that?
redundant because ECDC stands for Eau Claire Distribution Center. But yeah, there's a big distribution center,
Thought it was a
Menard's distribution center in Eau Claire.
Cool.
okay.
drove forklift and broke all their product on pallets.
Forklift certified. I'm forklift
Hell
certified.
yeah.
No
Oh, yeah.
big deal.
Oh,
You
yeah.
both and a little woman I like to call Sigourney Weaver, Ellen
That's
Ripley.
very true.
You better unload that lumber, you bitch.
Now I'm remembering that Predator Badlands does their own kind of mech thing, right?
Yeah. I'm
What
telling
the
you, the movie
fuck?
got more fun
Stupid.
at the
Stop
end. The
doing that
loader.
shit.
Here's a little beat that you might remember.
Yeah.
It's just whatever. These
I
are
hate all these callbacks. Just make a movie. Make it good.
IP is rules the world now, and that's it. If it's
Like,
not
I kind of do wish and pray that the Tabe does not say, if it bleeds, we can kill it. I kind
Yeah,
of
I
wish he
mean,
did not say it.
It just, yeah, it would just.
I think for the most part, people probably think that
Though
stuff's
technically, Peter, he's the first person to say that. Technically, it was
Okay.
stolen
Yeah.
from him,
as
Sure.
well.
much like everything else in this goddamn country.
Oh my God.
They're fighting predators for us, and that's what we do. We tried to give the predator a smallpox blanket, but he just fucking
Phew.
shredded it with laser.
Jesus Christ. Well, on that pleasant note, thanks, Chris.
Hey, you know,
Thanks, Peter.
What did I do?
Peter, why did you bring that up?